Man was sitting in front of her mother-in-law. Her head was low as she was staring at the floor while listening to her mother-in-law's harsh words for her. Mrs. Joy, it has been 5 years. If you have problem, then why doesn't your mom tell us about it beforehand? She thought that finally someone came to marry you because nobody wanted to marry you. If I forced my son to marry you, I should have listened to him. Now if he wants to marry again, then I will not stop him. Vine looked at her with tears and no, please don't this, Mama. Please, I can't see marrying again. So you want him to live like his whole life without and here he doesn't deserve this. Mama, doctor said that. She's a good gynecologist, believe me, but don't do this. Mrs. George turned her face and John just cried. One knew that Jungkook would do what his mother ordered. After crying and begging for, she got up and walked towards her room while sobbing. Their marriage was arranged by their parents. They didn't know each other. She heard that he didn't like her. At night, he entered the room tightly and saw her sitting on the couch while putting her face on her legs and was crying. He knew what happened. He had risen and put the files on the table. He walked in the closet and wine, come here. She wiped her tears and immediately walked behind him. He was standing in front of the closet and was taking off his watch. She stood behind him and asked, why are you crying? His voice was cold, her face was serious. Actually, I watched a sad movie. She sat and turned her and her heart beating. Chrissy stood in front of her. She grabbed which movie? She didn't know what to say because she couldn't laugh at things staring into his eyes. Now tell me the truth, what happened? Her eyes got teary and will you marry again if I can't? Yes, he lied and turned. Her face fell. What's wrong with it? I will have babies and those will call you. Mom, also you will have babies, am I right? No, I don't want this. Don't cry. Promise you will not marry again. Okay. My doctor said I will get. He hummed. Her face was on his shoulder and she was hugging tightly. Don't marry anyone else. Okay. She closed her eyes and felt calmness. Let's sleep. The next day, finally, he was sitting here alone with his mother. Why did you say that to her mom? Mrs. Joe looked at him and became serious. I didn't say anything wrong. We need a nanny. If she can't, then you have to marry again. Her mother should be tell us before. And she has a problem. One is the best. Mom, please don't be hurt. Why do you want peace in hurting her? Do you think that this is right to say hurtful things to her? She cried the whole night. So that means you can't see her crying. That's why you come here to talk to me. You are saying that I don't care about you both. She also needs a baby. But what are you saying? I said what I said. He walked out of there. You are saying this because of her. Why do you want to destroy your life for her? He walked out of the house. His mother sat back angrily. In the beginning, she was a good mother-in-law, but as the time passed, she started to get harsh. Mama was sitting on the bed as he was so revealed after eating his fiancée. She loved him so much, even though it was an arrangement. She still loved him. In the start, he had problems being with him because he was cold and quiet. She saw him at the most because of his careers, but he wasn't that bad. He never hurt her, but sometimes she felt he didn't love her, and she still felt it. She thought that he touched her just because of the habit. She thought that she was not his type. Flashback one was sitting on the bed and didn't know. Then he came back after dropping her on their wedding night after waiting for him for hours. She decided to change her clothes. She was always an emotional person who overthink so much and cried while making fake scenarios. Here she was crying because she thought that he didn't want to marry her and hated her. She didn't want this. He looked at her from head to toe. She was sitting in the corner of the bed. He took off his coat and walked towards her. Her heartbeat was so increasing. He sat down beside her. Rion, he yelled. Do you know my full name? No. He looked at her jaw. She said while leaning to her and staring into her eyes. He looked. Flashback ends. Well, it was not that bad, but now she was just thinking about him. She never went to his office after when she went to see his office and all these things, but never asked because she was afraid that he actually stopped her. All the things were running into her mind as she came back. While it was the middle of the night, he was sitting in the office. She hugged him. She helped him to take off the coat like a good wife, and while doing this, his strange lady's perfume fragrance came from him. She stopped and he opened the button of his shirt, but she was standing there. He turned and looked at her. She was just staring at him. What happened? I can feel the woman perfume. Why do you hug a girl? Have you lost your mind? What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Who's that guy? Not now, he turned. Tell me, why are you hiding it? She said and started crying because he well, she was not like this before. After hearing all the turns about herself, she became so insecure. She started to doubt him, and she loved her someone else. But while he was just sad, he came out and she was crying. Why? And I came back for peace, but I never saw you smiling when I came back. You're always crying. Now you are crying over a useless thing. The next morning, he woke up and she was not beside him. He sat down and she was not also in the room. He held his hand. His head was still rating his new project failed and nobody liked it. And last time was he was just depressed about it. He worked for many months and all his hard work got wasted. He came out and she was already sitting with his parents on the dining table. He sat down with her and she was so quiet. He could feel the silence. They both were not at fault because she was depressed for not having a baby and he was depressed about his work. They breakfast in silence and he went out after that. She sat down and she was alone because Mrs. Joy also went with Mr. Joy. One couldn't get even with the treatment. A new doctor told her, but still she left because she couldn't see with another girl. Her heart broke after hearing about it, but she couldn't hide it for long because one day he would find her. One couldn't give us one still had hope. After hearing tones from everyone, she became like this. She just wanted to see where he worked. She loved everything about him. She wanted to see everything about him. Now she was sitting here while her tears were falling, but suddenly a doctor called and she wanted to meet him. I didn't want to talk with him, so she said she would meet her the other day. I knew that what the doctor would say, so she refused to meet her. At night, she was laying on the bed trying to sleep, but suddenly she felt a touch on her face. She opened her eyes and saw him. He was smiling while holding the flower. She sat down and he gave her the flower. This was the first time he gave her the flower. She looked at him and innocently, and I know you are mad at me, he said, and she was not mad at him. He thought that she would react badly, but she grabbed it and kissed it and put it around. It's okay, I also taught you, but you should tell me that you lost so much money. I don't want to give you stress. Let's sleep, she smiled. The next day, she was looking in at his company with happiness. She finally came to see that she was walking with him and everyone was greeting her. She became happy. The company was cool. She liked it so much today. He brought her there just to show her. She didn't she didn't want to go back. She came into his room and it was so big. She sat down on his seat and he smiled. She was touching things, but suddenly a girl entered. They both looked at her and she was her childhood friend and they were stopping but she went out. You both knew each other. Why not? If we are old friends, so how can you come here? Do you work here? Yes, she is my wife. Really, why not? If Jungkook's position is well, Eva is the daughter of my business partner. We, they met happily. Viva was always a rich girl. She shocked to see Vine because Vine was poor. Jungkook will need to go to work. Doctor, but Jungkook meeting is about to start. I came here to tell you. I forgot about it, but I will join it after coming back. Is it important? Then join on the meeting. I will go with someone else. No, let's go. Jungkook, don't worry. I will go with someone else. No one said at him. You can go. I will go with the driver. It's smarter for you. He didn't want to go, but Van forced him, so he went out of there. And while Van sat in the car with the driver. In the car, Van sat down and looked at the driver. Van, Minu said, Minu. He nodded. What are you doing here? It's a long story, but my business goes this way and I slept on the road for it. But then Viva had me. At night, my driver was Minu. He was also my old friend. He looked at him immediately. He was a kind and jolly guy. And he still is. I feel good after meeting him because it feels good to see your old friends. He was getting slim just because he never talked about anyone before. Suddenly, she looked at me and smiled. She came to him and sat on him. Don't take serious tension about him. I believe that you will get. She smiled and hugged him. She laughed but her heart broke. Cried about him. Her doctor said she couldn't. One is mentally pain. But she didn't want to leave him because she believed that his mother forced him to marry again. She just sat there. And 1 month later, one was going to meet him. Then Minu took her because he was not feeling good. Minu took her. His health was not good. He wanted to throw up. She was sitting alone. Then he came out. Are you okay? She asked. And Minu nodded. Do you want anything? He nodded. And then Jungkook was passing from there. What happened? And then she looked at them. What is she doing there with him? She said while looking at Jungkook. She walked out and she followed him. They entered the cafe and forgot about the meeting. Well, he was very possessive about her. When he entered, Ryan looked at him and Jungkook walked towards her. What are you doing there? He said softly. Minu's condition is not okay. It was hard for him to drive the car. If I was about to call him, he nodded and sat down with her. He was started asking Minu about his health. Why you come here? Because I saw you sitting here, so I got jealous. He directly said. Really, you also get jealous. I think you don't care about him. You should stop thinking about this. You don't know but I'm becoming like you. She smiled. I also started to get jealous. I like it so much. He smiled. They forgot at the two of them with them. He is not okay. He needs to go to the hospital. He fainted. At night, they were sitting with each other. He was worried. I'm thinking about who is he okay? He's such a good-hearted man. It's heartbreaking to see him like that. Jungkook's face fell. He's okay, really? He nodded. Okay, she put her cell phone down and looked at him. She was staring at her with full love. She giggled and he over her arm on her while loving her. He was very good husband. After 1 month, one was sitting while holding her bed. She was crying her heart broke after seeing her report. She couldn't do that anymore. She had to tell him the truth, but she didn't want to lose him for forever. But she couldn't do that with him. She wanted him to have. She was grabbing some stamina. She got ready and came out with him. And Eva was also the Jungkook was with them. He looked at her and smiled. One same color we are wearing. Wow, we are looking like a couple pretty couple. Jungkook looked at him and didn't like it. No, I only look good with my husband. Jungkook smiled while Jungkook didn't like his words. The party was going so well, but her mother-in-law came out of room with a blank face and looked at Vine. He walked towards her and she brought her to the kitchen. Is this true? You can't One's heartbeat against the psychic reports. I went to put the files. Tell me, is this true? Her mother-in-law heartbroken. Well, she closed her eyes and again opened them. While having a son, you know that he is our only son. We don't have any other son. I know it's hard for you, but you will never let him marry again. I will let him. He deserves better. Tears were falling. Don't cry. What happened? Why are you crying, man? He asked. Nothing happened. I am okay. She wiped her tears and was about to go. He stopped her. He stood in front of her. You can share it with me. Suddenly he saw something on her face and was about to touch it, but it looked in a wrong way. He was saw them. They all looked at him. What are you talking about? Why? And then, are you cheating on Jungkook? She said while stepping back. No, what are you saying? We were just talking. No, I have to tell Jungkook. She ran and both walked out. Jungkook one was with him. We knew they were in wrong posture. His face fell and she's sitting on him. He said she sat in front of everyone without caring about him. What are you saying? Have you lost your mind? Yes, ask her. Man came out meet with me. No, this is not true. She misunderstood. Believe me. Amy, shut up. We were just talking. Nothing happened between us. No, Jungkook saw them. He didn't know what was going on. This can't be true. You can't do this. Everyone standing at one side crying. She was trying to believe. She was trying to leave them, but nothing happened. I believe. Now shut your mouth. I believe my wife. My wife is not like this. She was lying, so she don't talk bad about her. Mom was crying as Vinny was standing there in worry. You should go back, please. The guest started going back. Get out, I don't want to see your face. Believe me, I didn't do that. He nodded and grabbed her hand and walked towards the room. Minu apologized and walked out also. Mr. just sat down inside. They came into the room and he didn't do anything. Believe me, she was crying. Janko, don't cry, I'm with you. He hugged her. She felt relief and he believed that. But their new relationship was so heartbreaking. She hugged him tightly, but her heart was broke. When Janko, one was laying sitting was staring at the floor. She stayed for the English. She was sitting alone. All the flashes coming into her memory. Suddenly, a moment came and rang the bell. She opened the door. Hi, buddy, one. I came here. What is this? This is the worst paper. Your husband sent this to you. He's marrying again. Her face fell and her heart beat increased. She grabbed the papers and couldn't believe what she just said. What is this true? Why did you want to leave me? Because of a baby you can't give birth. You wanted to have a baby once I feel with tears. Don't cry. Just leave this toxic man. You wanted to marry your best friend. Her heart started shattered more. I hope you have a nice day. He walked out without saying anything more. She entered and got a panic as she tried to call him many times, but he didn't pick up the call. She started crying like a mess. She grabbed her bag and walked and wanted to run away. She couldn't wait that she couldn't see him with Neva. How could she divorce her? Well, she knew that this would happen one day. She wanted to run away from him and never came back. She was so emotional about it. She came out and it felt like throwing up. Her head was spinning and she stopped walking and threw up on the side of the road. Her hands were shivering. She looked around herself and lost her conscience and she didn't know where she was and what she was doing. She just fell down and didn't know where she ended up. In the hospital, she opened her eyes and the doctors were standing beside her. They were smiling, but one was not happy. She tried to sit. I can you come here? A girl brings you here. One nodded and looked at her. The insurance. Congratulations. One's eyes wouldn't. She said back. I will not go back to him. I will take care of my baby alone. He left me with what the baby he betrayed me and all his love was fake. He always showed fake affection for him just to manipulate me. He always wanted to leave me. Well, his behavior after the incident was with where I could feel that he wasn't happy with me. Now she had nowhere to go. Back her parents lived in America. She decided to go to them. She was sitting on the bus stop where suddenly Minu stopped the car in front of her. He opened the door. Why? What are you doing? Anybody asked. I'm going back to my parents. But Vajan could divorce me. He married her. Eva. Yes, I also heard that. Really? You about it? Yes, I heard it. They got married 2 weeks ago. They hid it. I thought that it was not true, but now you are saying this. Don't cry. You don't need to cry over him. Come with me. I will drop you at your parents' place. I nodded and sat down with him. I thought that he hated it, or I thought that he loved him, but everything was a lie. She started crying like a baby. You know, was listening to her. He was feeling so bad for her. He divorced me for her. One brief don't cry for him. How can we suddenly marry her? He didn't even look at the girls in 5 years. How can he do this ever giving me up? I don't want to leave now. Are you crazy? He's not the last one on the earth. Don't try to harm yourself. You need to be strong. Did you talk with him? No. What? Talk to him and ask for happy money. Just ask business. Let's go back and talk with him. How can you marry him and he didn't? Then why are you still will you still defend him? I don't know. He started the car and turned towards the house. We will go to the house. He had grudges towards Eva, so he wanted to do something just to hurt her. Yet Jungkook was calling her like crazy. He was holding the papers and his parents were just standing there. Eva was also with them. She came with her own. Just to accuse Van. She didn't. He told that Van and with me. I broke the business deal with Eva, but now she was trying to manipulate him by saying the man and with Mino. He was so worried about that he sent comes to father. He got up and then she went, why are you with him? First listen to me. You are asking like you are my husband. Now you don't have any right with him. To me, his face was we are not husband and wife. He divorced me and married her. I was shocked to her what she was saying. You did just that. Just for the baby, I thought that you loved me. Don't try to puzzle him, just tell me you wanted to go. When I looked at him angry, why you talk to me like this? Bean was giving her dread glares. What are you talking about? Why I didn't give you divorce? Why would I be married to her? I was going crazy. You are lying while holding his waist, but when he looked at it, those are not mine. Look, Shiva and grabbed and saw the name. She was so ashamed to look at him. Minu was standing there like a dumb. Eva was just accusing her. And you get up here, you piece of shit. I know you are trying to what you are trying to do. Just get out. You are not blaming me. I will show you your the guards to roar out. Because I was sitting on the bus stop, she was crying. She told me that you divorced her, so I decided to help her. Thanks for helping him. Okay, bye. When she looked at him and nodded, he went out and then he also walked towards him and followed him when she didn't ask for anything. She entered and he also kicked and he locked the door. Her habit was so fast, she understood everything. He stood in front of her and not tell me without even asking me. He decided to run away. He didn't even ask her call me to confirm. He didn't even read the papers. It's all mistake. I'm sorry. I'm afraid of it. I always think that you will do it. He hugged her while patting her back while I rode. That she was overthinking. She imagined it by herself as she was a dumb. She hugged him and became a it was a fear that she thought she will come to. She didn't want to leave him. She will go the hug. Jungkook, I want to tell you something. He nodded, and then she told him his face fell as he couldn't believe what she just said. Yes, it's true. He smiled and really. She nodded and he started out of happiness and picked her up. She was giggling while he never took off her actions. Never took her actions seriously after years. A baby was in front of her.